Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Vanillaraccoon and welcome to a Minecraft Let's Play. Before we begin, I want to show you guys something that is of the utmost importance, and that is, you see that clock down on the bar in the ninth slot? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly drop it on the ground and ba-boom! It is now the first day of the second month, and we are still in the first year, but nevertheless, the main thing I want to bring to your attention is that we are now in month 2, which means it is officially summertime here in this vanilla powered no plugins world, meaning that we will be having longer day cycles, shorter night cycles, more frequent thunderstorms, better mobs will be spawning more often as well, and also super zombies will be spawning. Now, of course, I don't want to go ahead and explain to use all of that right here and now without at least having something to show for it, so we're just gonna have to keep our fingers crossed and knock on a wooden desk that may be nearby. I'm going to knock on mine as I just did in the event that you heard that, and hope that at least we'll have some of that stuff to show fairly soon. Now, what I want to bring to your attention next is that I have a pumpkin, as you just saw me break it down and picked it up. And the reason why this is important is because, alright, you're paying attention, we are going to take these 4 iron blocks. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to quickly run back down the pathway. We're going to run over Daniel's bridge and then make it to the bountiful garden. And now we're going to place these down just like this. And one more. And now we're going to take our pumpkin and boom! Goal reached. Hired help. So, oh, that says goal reached. Hang on a second. Go ahead and check the advancements. Okay. So, I haven't traded with a villager yet, but we'll probably do that later on. If not in this episode, then in a future episode to come. But, ladies and gentlemen, we are finally going to be building our starter house. Now, I've already gone ahead and begun to build it off camera, and that's only because I'm going to be recreating within this world basically what I had made a Minecraft Let's Build video of. So by the time this video goes out, which should be the 10th of January 2018, which is a Wednesday, 2 days beforehand on the 8th of January 2018, a new Minecraft Let's Build video will have gone out for a small medieval house. So through the power of YouTube cards, one will be appearing in the top right corner of your screen that you can click or tap on, and will take you to that video so you can go ahead and learn how to build the house that we're going to be building in this episode. But that's not all we're going to be doing. No. Whilst I was gathering some materials and resources and also doing some landscaping around the small island, I decided, you know what, I want to offer myself a bit of a challenge. I want to try and not only build a small medieval house, but I also want to try and incorporate some type of fantasy landscaping within the island that we have right here. Now, as I begin to record the first act for this Let's Play, I don't have a solid idea as to what fantasy landscaping would entail, but as we continue to get through this Let's Play, I'm sure it will begin to shape itself out. And at least in my own opinion, and this is also something that I truly believe in, is that when you don't have a solid idea, that's never a bad thing, because then it's a great opportunity to turn it into something that you either, 1, never expected it to become, or 2, can at least say you had an idea and you made it happen and brought it into reality. But I think that's enough talking. Let me go ahead and begin to get my build on, and when I bring it back, the house will be completed, and then from there we can begin to do some fantasy landscaping. 1 is the loneliest number that you could ever see, and 2 can be as bad as 1, but the loneliest number is the number 1. And that is why I decided to go ahead and make a second iron golem, so that way our very first one won't have to be all by his lonesome. And also, little quick reminder, I'm still looking for 4 unique names that we can give to our canine companions, seeing as how we have one sitting right here. That just kind of prompted my memory. But let's go ahead and take a look as to what's been going on off camera. Now, like I said in the first act, the starter house is going to be built off camera, seeing as how I already have a Let's Build for this structure, so there's no need to build it on camera with you. You can go ahead and check out that video if you would like to learn how to build it. But when it comes to doing some fantasy landscaping, I've already begun to do that within the hillside that is facing us, along with the hillside that is facing the other side. Now, let's go ahead and just quickly adjust our field of view back to 90. I don't know what you guys may play in terms of adjusting your field of view, but for me at least, I like to keep it on a solid 90. That's something that I do in the first-person shooter games that I play, both on the Xbox One and, well, actually I should say on the Xbox One, not a matter of both. But let's go ahead now and take a look as to what I've done. So I've tried to apply a little bit of erosion into the hillside right here, and that is why we have the stone. Now I will be adding a little variation into it, meaning that I'll take some andesite along with some cobblestone based blocks, whether it be stairs, slabs, or cobblestone itself, and just sprinkling it so we have a little variation. But also, as you can see right here at least, I went ahead and poked a hole into the hillside, and that's only because I also wanted to add a subtle touch of depth. Now I'm not entirely sure if that's going to add detail as well, but if it does, then hey, that's cool beans. I also went ahead and did the exact same thing over here, where I just took some oak leaves and then sprinkled them along the hillside. Took some oak fence posts, yeah, I was about to say oak fence gates for some reason. Went ahead and took some oak fence posts and decided to give them a little support, so that way if anyone were to come around and ask the $1,000,000 question, hey, what's holding all those leaves together or from falling over, well, there you go, for all the peeps who want to try and take a fun sandbox game and try and bring realism into it. Full blown. I can't really be too critical on that, because I try to add some realism myself into the sandbox game. But then we have our courtyard right here. Now I'm thinking of having a small little pathway that comes down right here and wraps around the back side, so that way we can create some type of a mine just beneath our starter house. I'm not entirely sure if I'm sold on that idea yet, but in due time I guess we'll find out. But feel free to let me know down below in the comment section what you guys think of the house so far, along with the fantasy landscaping that we have going on. Now, the one thing I also want to just briefly mention to you guys is that, hey there little dog, how you doing? The one thing I want to just briefly mention to you guys is that a majority of the content that I create Minecraft Let's Builds for are also gonna have to do with this series. So basically, whenever you see me build something in between acts or in between episodes, just know that if you really want to learn how to build it, then feel free to check out the channel, so then you can find the Minecraft Let's Build for it. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm gonna go ahead and resume getting my build on, along with doing some fantasy landscaping, and when I bring it back, we'll be ready for the third and final act. And it is a brand new day here in the Vanilla Plus world, and we have a pathway that is going to be wrapping up from behind our small medieval house all the way to the courtyard that is right here. And as you can tell, we also have some more fantasy landscaping that has been applied, and that entails just having a mixture of plant life sitting in and around the hillside right here. But one thing I just want to quickly throw out to you guys, just an idea that you can take or leave, is that in the event that you have a canine companion sitting around and maybe you have a wooden button or perhaps even a stone button, then instead of saying it's a piece of bark from a tree, or maybe it's a rock or pebble that is sitting along the pathway, maybe it's a bone. Maybe your canine companion decided to take a bone and start chewing on it, but then got tired and decided to leave it out for you to step on. But you know, that's just some outside of the box thinking, I suppose, and something I wanted to share with you. Now, let's go ahead and take a look as to what I did over here in terms of the fantasy landscaping. Now, what I did was I applied a little variation of stone blocks using the cobblestone stairs along with the cobblestone slabs, and even some andesite, which if I remember correctly is what I wanted to use originally in this episode. But also, when it came to applying some depth, I decided to just take my diamond pickaxe and dig out a 2x1 space, and on the upper portion place down an inverted cobblestone stair, thus leaving the spot beneath it vacant, so that way it looks like maybe we have some erosion going on. Now, the reason why I decided to take some mossy cobblestone and place it along the base of the hillside and slightly up the hillside as well is because I wanted to use my imagination in pretending that maybe during high tide, or if the weather becomes a little inclement or whatever that word is pronounced, then maybe during a storm the waves will brush some seaweed or aquatic plant life onto the shore and also toss it onto the hillside as well. So that's why we just have various patches of mossy cobblestone sprinkled into the mix. Now I've decided that I'm actually going to be making my own little custom cave right here, and it's going to have a diagonal entrance, meaning that I'm going to be standing just about right here where you see right now, and I'm just going to take my pickaxe and begin to carve out a hole. And the reason why I'm going to go with a diagonal entrance is because really that's going to be stepping out of my comfort zone. Usually when I begin to dig down or make some form of a custom cave, I'll generally look at hillside and just dig 3 by 3 or maybe 3 by 2, and that's something that I'm just used to, and I kind of want to break that habit of doing so. So again, it's just going to be me stepping out of my comfort zone, and then we'll see how that goes. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, then be sure to drop a like and consider subscribing to your new home for entertainment. But don't forget to turn on notifications, that way you will not miss a future upload. My name is Vanillaraccoon, you guys have been awesome. I would like to wish you a happy day, and peace out.